Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is championship night in the inaugural Pro 4 Challenge for North American Simulated Auto Racing, and we are ending the championship at the Big House, Crandon International Raceway in Wisconsin. The full 1.75-mile, 8-turn, beautiful flowing course with some jumps to interrupt that flow. One of the best tracks, not just in dirt road, but in general, in my opinion, on the iRacing service. It's easy to get into the zone, and it's easy to get out of the zone with the massive jumps and have not a fun time as you barrel roll off of the side of the road. Our format for this final race, we are finishing practice at the moment. We'll head to the 3-lap solo qualifying momentarily. That'll set the grid for our 6-lap heat races. 2 of them, the field gets split equally into those. That will set the grid for our first 10-lap feature race. After that, the finishing order of that will set the grid for our second and final feature of the night. And if there are more than 24 vehicles entered, the top 24 will qualify for that second race. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz for ASN TV tonight as the NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV, brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you so much to Andrew Cardinale IV for camera support all season. Mr. Sawyer, it is championship night. There are multiple scenarios at play. Thad Countryman, Evan McFarland, Matthew Lindy, to name a few, all possibilities to win this championship. I'm going to roast you right off the rip. The format is longer than it was supposed to be. So what does the 10-lap races do? Words are hard. I'm getting so distracted. 10-lap races compared to the 8 that we were supposed to run. What do you think that's going to do for the racing
I think the drivers are going to have to adjust their fuel levels a little bit.
They're not going to like you.
They're not going to like me. They have to make last-minute setup changes. Sorry, everybody, but iRacing did an iRacing thing when I made this season. So it is what it is, and you're stuck with 10-lap races. Have fun.
I did not mention, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I sit up in my chair and point to the camera like everybody can see me. Don't do it, Brian. But Land Rush starts tonight. Every race, not just the features. It's going to be words that I can't say on a live show. Let's just call it beautiful chaos off that Land Rush with 21 vehicles over the bumps into Turn 1. NASA Rallycrosses ran those. Vortex, when we run those endurance races, run the Land Rush. What are we thinking about Land Rush with the trucks, Brian? Should I be scared?
Hopefully not. I mean, last week or 2 weeks ago, I posted a video of an actual Land Rush in our Discord, so hopefully they get the idea and see how clean the real boys do it, and they take note and keep it a little clean. But I feel like we'll get some Land Rush incidents. I mean, coming into the Potawatomi turn, it gets a little crazy. You got 3, 4, 5 cars wide sometimes, so we'll see what happens. A lot of these guys are really experienced, but as you know, Land Rush, they line up all together, so the experienced guys are right next to the brand new guys.
It wouldn't even be, in my opinion, a matter of experience with the Land Rush. We ran it. I've been a part of multiple as a driver, and it's the amount of experience. You could have all the experience in the world, but it's all a matter of where you grid and how you get over the bumps. You guys will see it a little bit later on, of course, but just take our word for it. It's going to be a sight to see before we even get racing in Crandon. Mr. Sawyer, if you can take us through points coming into this final race and some upcoming programming for our viewers tonight.
Sure thing. So, coming into this evening, Thad Countryman is the man to beat. 208 points for him, followed closely by Evan McFarland and Matthew Lindy. These are the 3 drivers that I think can make it happen this evening. Lindy's not here, so it's just down to a race between McFarland and Countryman. Bottom step of the podium can be won by, I think, Lindy. If something happens to these other 2, Wienecke and Spalding, also very close to that. Lifflander in P6, Ehrlich 7, Forcade, McAfee, and last round out the top 10. Over in the team side of things, Team Gold Esports, 500 points even, followed by Channel 199 Racing, 431, Fat Beats, 380, TWRS, 371, Ascension, Tung Sahara, Slipex, Daniel Newman Racing, JC Simsport, and Moist in 10th. Coming up this week, SimCar Grand Am Series returns. Road America on the 30th this Thursday. 9
Lambert
p.m.
fixed
Eastern.
the time! Sorry.
He fixed the
time!
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to join Josh and myself for that one. Sunday Night Lights is this Sunday at Brands Hatch, kicking off the August season. Josh, can you believe it's August? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that. That will be Josh Darnell and myself. And NASA Cross Cars concludes its series next Tuesday at Atlanta Long.
You're saying I could drive Sunday?
You can drive Sunday.
Ooh, 2 in a row, question mark at Brands Hatch? I'm getting ahead of myself.
I don't know.
Just want to remind everyone.
The last few times I've seen you drive, you hit the wall a lot.
Listen, I have now blamed it on a field of view issue, but people would call it skill issue because I don't drive much anymore. I thought I was, here's the thing, and I know we're getting distracted. This is our podcast bit. I thought, Brian, that I was incredibly quick at Winton. And then I was a second and a lap slower than Kieran. I said, are you kidding me? I was whipping that car, and then I really wasn't. Look at this shot. Beautiful. I love Crandon. We've raced here. When did it drop on the sim? 2020? And we immediately started racing it. We were doing the short layout, which cuts off the entire second portion of the track. And then we decided to run the long layout, and there are so many phenomenal moments that we've had, and I'm so excited to write this chapter of NASA Sim Racing with the Pro 4 Challenge and Crosscar ending next week. It's been a fun little summer stretch for North American Simulated Auto Racing. I just want to remind everyone that if you like what you see tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to ASN TV, no matter the platform at ASN TV USA. If you'd like your content broadcasted, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in this absolute calamity that is NASA Sim Racing, NASASimRacing.com is the destination that'll take you straight to the Discord. Nearly 750 members. We just relaunched the NASA World Rally Challenge Series with the WRC game. That is going to be super fun over the next 10 weeks. Rallycross comes back in the fall. We finish up trucks tonight, Crosscar next week, and SimCar starts Thursday. One final reminder, well, I say final, we're going to mention it a couple times tonight. ASN and NASA will be on location at the Sim Gaming Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois, the second annual, this September 18th through the 20th. You can get your tickets and all other information at simgamingexpo.com. So honored, excited, insert whatever terms you want to use to have the opportunity to be back on site for that, Brian.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm excited to be there. Nailing out some final details of what times we're going to be there to set up and do all that fun stuff. So it's getting more real each week.
What's getting real is the practice times here in Crandon. And Cody Winicky, nearly 3/10 up on Evan McFarland, and Thad Countryman 2/10 away from Winicky. Interesting to see the first round when... Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Winicky can pull it off if that is far enough back. It's only like a 20-point gap, but these races award a lot of points. So,
well, you kind of read my mind because the first race of the season, when Evan and Thad came together, in the very first race, they got stuck in the back of the field, so they couldn't win that race. Week 2 at Wild West, Connor Berry showed up and reminded everyone that he knows how to drive a vehicle, whether it's the real world or the virtual world. Thad Countryman stopped the field 2 weeks ago in Bark River, and now it could be open to anybody tonight, and we will watch and see together what will happen over, let's call it, what, hour and a half, because you don't know how to read?
We'll see. Something like that.
We will see with the
I'm just,
longer races.
Going over some of the points here. Good job, Brian.
Live calculations.
Yeah, the LCQ, only the top 10 in the LCQ score points. The feature, everybody scores some points.
Ryan, you're
Listen,
so good.
Listen, man, I threw this thing together in like a week and said, let's just drive some cars.
That's fair.
It really doesn't mean anything. It's the summer series. It's fun. It might become a real full series in the future. It seems that way with 21 cars on the last week.
I wanted to say something along those lines that for those of you that are on track, so you're either listening and driving, which stop doing that, or you're watching after the fact, I want to say thank you, and I'll say thank you 100 times at the end of the show, for Brian putting this thing together, and we've averaged 20 cars for a random summer series on a Tuesday night. Awesome. Awesome to see. So excited to have the Pro 4 as part of the roster here at NASA. We've got 35 seconds until we head to qualifying.
You know, Josh, I can just we can do it the same way and pair it with another series, and we can just do Jetacross. The boys love Jetacross.
I'm not driving in Jetacross anymore. Nope. I did that the one time. It's on ASN On Demand for anyone who is curious. We did that. I was not a fan. I'm sure everybody else either enjoyed it or also didn't like it.
I don't think many people were a fan. Yeah, I think the only two fans of that were Josh Darnell and myself in the booth.
Of course. You guys always enjoy chaos. As we look on board Brandon Forcade in the 043, he will cross the line. Will his lap count at the checkered flag across the line? 1:16.365. He's 4/10 slower than his fastest lap. And we head to qualifying. 3 laps, and we will see some guys slinging these trucks and doing some crazy things. And when I drive the Beetle Light in the Vortex race, Brian, as you do, and we hide from the trucks, we try our best to hide from the trucks, and we'll see their behavior on full display. You drive these things are different, is all I could say to sum it up in one word.
Different's definitely a word for him. Eric Kaplinger leading the pack out of the pits, followed closely by Brandon Forcade.
Oh, they get a full warm-up lap, too.
They get a full warm-up lap.
Let's find, who do we have on track? We have Evan. Let's ride on board Evan McFarland in the 04. He'll be on his warm-up lap, so he can't guarantee how quick it will be.
No, sorry. This is your first lap. You start this start-finish line. This is it. Gosh.
Timings must be lying to me then, Brian. Every car that crossed the start-finish line says
Evan
lap 0.
McFarland just crossed, and he's on lap 1.
All right, so I know how to read. So let's go back up to Kaplinger since he's on his first lap. Heading through turn number 5. You want to get as close to the wall as you can. Over the jump into 6. That bad bounce has ended many people's races. Turn 6, never ending. Off camber, another jump. In these final couple of corners, turn 7, you could absolutely send it. Get the vehicle to bite mid-corner. And off the corner, best run you can. Over the final jump. And to the final corner. Did Cap give this lap up? I think he has. Riding the wall in the 277. And
Yeah,
he
you
will
go.
forfeit the lap.
Yeah, you go a little farther out at the end there if you're going to forfeit the lap, just to get a few more feet of run to extend
I don't
your
know
speed.
whose timing is correct, Brian, because now it says they're on lap 1. But you
All
said they
right,
were on lap 1 a minute ago.
Normally here, you don't do a whole lap
Huh.
for warm up, but sure.
You broke it. I'll blame you.
Listen, I don't know what I did with the timing. It was a journey.
Cowboy corner. Turn 4 there, Brian. We're going to see some argy-bargy is the easiest way to put it in that corner.
Basically what happened, Josh, is the one time I was proactive. I set up the full season ahead of time, and I made a brand new format. And then, like, a week later, I went to edit one of the races, and it said, I don't know what format that is. You got to rebuild it. And I go, okay, for all of them? And it said, sure. And it's been a mishmash of trying to rebuild sessions because it says they're all good, but they're clearly not.
I think the worst part of this, and we will get to race coverage in a minute, the worst part is when you create a session, might be Inside Baseball, nobody else can touch it. Brian has to touch it. I can't touch it. If I want to help you, I can't. Kaplinger crosses the line, 17.673 to set the benchmark. Cody Winicky begins his first lap. Brandon Forcade 17-0. He goes P1. Bolin 19-8. P4. Countryman 16-0. He goes to P1. Will Evan McFarland be able to respond? Joe Ulrich to third. Gosh to fifth. Leckenby to sixth. Rounding turn 7 over the jump to turn 8. The final corner here in Crandon. Rounding this corner, Evan McFarland, what will he run in the 0-4? 1 minute 16.235. He's 2/10 down on Countryman as Countryman begins his second lap. Through 1, through 2, through 3, flowing set of corners. We look at Cody Winicky in the 9 as he rounds turn number 6. So tricky. The name of the game here is keeping the wheels moving, keeping your momentum, because you can get trapped in this dirt in the ruts, and it's hemorrhaging lap time as a result.
Exactly. Yeah, if you bog the truck down, you're going nowhere. You're losing seconds. You're not losing tenths. You're losing seconds. And on a track where you only can gain a tenth or two here or there, chasing somebody, losing a second, bogging down the car is extremely detrimental to your race.
Winicky gave up his first lap to begin this second lap. We look at Thad Countryman in the 26. He's on his second lap at the moment, trying to find Evan McFarland. He's on his second lap. He's in turn number 5. So Countryman is going to give up this second lap as well.
Well, it makes sense to give up the second lap. You want the good run on the third.
Over the line to begin. Oh, did he hit the wall? I've done that before. We'll have to wait and see. For Countryman in the 26. Brandon Forcade stays 4th, Lass in 7th, Robichaux in 11th. Garth McDade has not set a lap time. He is on his 3rd lap. Matty Grove starts his 2nd lap. He goes to 11th. Where's McFarland? McFarland's doing the same thing as Countryman, giving up the 2nd lap to begin the 3rd and final lap of this qualifying session here in Wisconsin. Cody Winicky in the 9 to the final corner. He will begin his final lap, but he's running this one as a hot lap, crossing the line. 1 minute 16.147. It's potentially a 3-horse race for pole position, but Cody will not be responding as soon as he didn't give up that 2nd lap.
I definitely figured he was about to pull off the track there, Josh. There's no point in running the lap if you're not going to get that extra little bit of speed. You know you're going to be a few tenths off. And when you're racing for hundredths here like McFarland is trying to beat him, it's that matters a lot.
Final corner for Thad Countryman. If we can pick up the championship leader crossing the line, will he improve? 1 minute 16.105. He does not improve. Stays P1. Forcade at a 16.7. He is in 4th. Last to 8th. And where is Evan McFarland? He sits in the 3rd position, looking for 0.2 of a second. Is the kid from California over the final jump to the final corner. What can he run? So tricky to get this corner right. Keep the momentum up. Don't get buried in the ruts across the start-finish line to end the qualifying run. 1 minute 16.401. It is not pole position for McFarland. Devin Hughes crosses the line, goes to 8th at a 1 minute 17.743. Eric Dubois 17th at a 19.0. Kevin Boland into the wall to end his 3rd lap. He's 19th. Chase Spaulding on track in 5th in the 39, crossing the line. Will he improve, ending his run 1 minute 17.094. He does not improve. He stays 5th. Easton Hankins in 12th. Matty Grove will be the next driver to finish his qualifying run, currently sitting in 13th. Is the man from Pennsylvania, former NASA Rallycross Contenders champion, NASA World Rally Challenge champion as well. Knows how to get it done at the top end of a field. We have 22 registered now, Brian, for this final race. And into the final corner goes Grove. Across the line. What will he run? 19.4. He does not improve. Easton Hankins is finishing up his run in a moment. Joe Pascucci as well, 21-0 for the man from Michigan. Devin Hughes next up to finish his run. We look here in Lifflander in the 20. Devin Hughes crosses the line. The lap doesn't count. Eric Dubois will cross the line to end his second lap. That lap does not count. And Kieran Lifflander's first lap didn't count. He has not set a lap time as the man from South Carolina in the 20th after his second lap.
Yeah, he hit the wall, got a little slow, so understandable. He's got to run a flyer here, Josh.
He had that same issue. It was Lights on Sunday, where he just pulled off the road in his qualifying run. Unsure still what had happened there. Into Cowboy Corner, utilize the berm to get the vehicle to rotate. Don't go too far up on that banked corner. There's asphalt at the top, and it'll spin you around through the whoops, past the land rush, into turn 5. Get as close to the wall as you can on driver's right without touching it. Aim for the right of this jump. Over
way
Logger's
too much
jump.
rotation.
You want to make sure you're rotated, but not that much. It'll hinder your run into the wall. That's going to be 20th for Kieran, and he knows it.
Josh, like I said, it's Landrush. You're going to line up right next to everybody.
You told me, and I know we're not talking about Vortex, but I have to bring it up. You told me it's relevant. You said, Josh, for the first Vortex race, everybody's going to crash on the start or lap 1. And I didn't believe you. Whatever, Brian's lying to me. Everybody crashes with the land rush. So, Kieran may have an opportunity to make up some time, make up some ground, if he survives the chaotic start. Eric Dubois has finished his run. That is qualifying done and dusted. If you want to go through those results, and then we'll hit Heat 1.
Sure thing. Dad Countryman in P1, followed closely by Cody Winecki and Evan McFarland. Only 2 tenths between the top 3. Brandon Forcade and Chase Spalding round out your top 5. Joel Ehrlich, Eric Keplinger, Devin Hughes, Matt Lass, Carter Gosh, Robbie Kirtley, Easton Hankins, Matthew Grove, Jamison Leckenby, Garth McDade, Jake Robichaux, Eric Dubois, Benjamin Archer, Kevin Boland, Kieran Lifflander, Daryl Young, and Joe Pascucci make 22 cars this evening.
Such a weird thing to see, Kieran Lifflander at the bottom of the table. Let's head to heat number 1. These 22 vehicles will be split into these 2 heat races, 6 laps apiece, and it'll set the inside and the outside lanes for the first feature race. For a moment, I forgot that we were land rushing, Brian. Take us through the grid.
All right. Heat 1, Dad Countryman, Evan McFarland, Chase Spalding, Eric Kaplinger, Rooster, Robbie Kirtley, Matt Grove, Garth McDade, Eric Dubois, and Kevin Boland.
Races can be won or lost on this land rush, and I know we've brought it up so many times, and we haven't even started the race yet, but it's just making it so impressively important that you cannot have an incident. And what's interesting is Countryman and McFarland are in this race together. The 2 championship protagonists, first and second in this race. As everybody's gridded, we get set for our first land rush in Crandon. Is that a jump start from Evan?
That's a jump start.
Green flag.
Black
We'll
flag
have to
already.
see if it gives him a penalty. It does for the 0-4. Over the first set of jumps, nice and calm so far. Onto the surface and heading to turn number 5. Countryman, Spalding, Dubois, McFarland, Lass, over Logger's jump. Contact with Dubois. No, they didn't, but Dubois comes across into Lass. Dubois off the road. Kaplinger to the inside on Kirtley. 3 wide with Lass, Kirtley, and Kaplinger heading down to turn number 7. McFarland up to the 2nd position, defending from Chase Spalding. Matty Grove battling his teammate. Boland in the 10th position. Did we lose a car from this race, or do I just not know how to count?
I think
Young
Kevin
and
Boland
McDade
pulled off the track really early and just got back on. I think he might have either had an issue or was anticipating chaos and said, I want to be behind it, not in it.
Through turns 2 and 3. Still technically lap 1. That start does not start that first lap. Side by side McDade with Young. And now when you get through the initial start It's all about surviving at Crandon. We talk about it all the time. Spalding catches the asphalt, last to the inside. Side by side for these two. Kaplinger and Kirtley behind them as well. Spalding takes the spot through the whoops and into turn 5. Different lines you can take. Spalding, slight block pass potentially, or blocking maneuver. Last side by side over the jump. And Spalding holds the 3rd position. Touch of the wall for him. Slapek's teammates dueling away. Pitting is McFarland to serve. Was that a black flag or a stop and go for him?
Yeah, you'll get to stop and go. You can use the pits on this track, so it will let you. It will actually make you, not let you.
Spalding and last, side by side for second as Countryman leads at the end of the first lap. McFarland in the back of the field, and this is not what he needs to try and take this championship fight to Thad Countryman tonight. Single file through the field. Lass and Spalding looks like that's the closest battle we have at the moment, Brian.
Yeah, that's for the 3rd spot or 2nd spot on the podium. Matt Lass last lap around about 4/10 slower than Spalding, but anything can happen, Josh.
Out in front by 3 seconds already is Thad Countryman in the 26. Chase Spalding in 2nd, Matt Lass in 3rd, Kaplinger, Kirtley, Grove, Young, McDade, Dubois, Boland, and McFarland in 11th and last in this heat race. Now if I'm Evan, I would set my sights on probably finishing last, and every position I gain is a bonus. Don't get your hopes up for trying to claw through the field after an issue like that. He hits the wall. Commentator's curse in the 0-4. Keeps rolling. Looks like there's no suspension damage, but he's pitting again. Is Evan giving up the ghost in this heat race?
He's still got a black flag, Josh.
Oh.
So if I'm him, I'm just pulling in the pits and not getting back on the track.
He did another drive-through. Well, it's going from bad to worse for Evan. It finally is cleared on my end.
Yeah, same here. I don't know if it was a stop and go or a drive-through. If you did a stop and go last time, it can't stop on a drive-through. We've learned that in Porsche Cup. I don't remember who it was, but they had to drive through like 5 times.
Spalding holding second onto the asphalt again, saves it. Lass, Kaplinger, Kirtley, the top 5 at the moment. McDade backs it into the wall in Cowboy Corner as he battles with Dubois in the 000. We got Daryl Young, Matty Grove, Robbie Kirtley. These Slapex boys always entertaining. We go to them side by side through turn 5. They touch. Oh, they're going to be side by side over the jump. Kirtley takes the spot for the moment. Can Grove run around the outside? He can't. Over, under, potentially. Will he have a better run? Daryl Young around in front of his teammate. Eric Dubois, 2-for-1 special. What happened? Oh, Daryl landed bad and did a Tony Hawk grind on the dirt and spun in the middle of the road.
Josh, I'm up here watching the battle for 3rd right now. Kaplinger out of nowhere has caught Matt Lass.
If there's one guy that knows how to drive these trucks, I can't remember if I hallucinated bringing this up, but every time that NASA or Vortex runs on these truck tracks, Eric Kaplinger, he knows how to drive these. He's always a thorn on our side, and he's trying to get into the head of Matt Lass and say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to steal this podium away.
Yeah, he knows the tracks really well. Not the trucks so much, but I mean, if you know exactly where you're supposed to be on track, adapting a car to that's not that hard. And a few weeks in the trucks, and he's really gained some speed here. So he might be able to make this happen. He's been within striking distance a few times now.
1 to 2 laps to go. Thad Countryman has a 4.5-second lead. Battle for 3rd fizzling out for the moment. Battle for 5th between the Slapex boys has also fizzled out for the moment. McFarland back on track, utilizing this as a test session for the 04. Garth McDade, body panels are flapping away in the breeze. It's a cold morning here in Crandon. We take a second look. Daryl Young trying to replicate Tony Hawk, and into the gantry he went. Play the special
just
trick
had
sound
another
effect.
Incident. Oh no, it's just him leaving the pits. Thank you, Iris.
White flag. Sorry, 2 laps to go for Countryman. 116.9 to a 117.7 for Spalding. If we go back to McFarland, I don't think 117.4. So he matched Spalding's time, 117.6. No sense in spending all this energy to try and push your way through when you'll be gridding near the back, even if you gain a couple places. Kaplinger and Lass getting a little spicy again for the third spot. They were in Cowboy Corner, turn number 4, over the whoops to turn 5. Lass holds the spot. He was 7/10 faster than Kaplinger the last time around. And then to Logger's jump. Better run. Track will not be reset like it is for Rallycross, Brian. So this track is going to rubber up and get really gnarly as the night goes on through the other heat race and the features. Now we take the white flag for Thad Countryman. 117.2 was his last lap. Spalding 117.6, so there's still 0.4 of a second between them. Lass, Kaplinger, Kirtley, Grove, Dubois, Boland, McDade, and McFarland, Young in 11th. I'm still keeping an eye on this battle for third. Every time I think that Lass gets away from Cap, Brian, Cap reels him back in. Looking to the inside on Lass, nothing doing there as we stay focused on Countryman all by himself with a 5.4 second lead over Chase Spalding in the 39. As Garth McDade, a reverse entry into Cowboy Corner. Oh no, he didn't. He got help from Evan McFarland in the 0-4. So McFarland trying to find his way through. Over the final jump, and we take the checkered flag for heat number 1. That Countryman on pole position for the first feature. Chase Spalding, impressive run for second. Will we see a battle for third? Final corner. Did Cap get the bite? Lass will hold it. Cap fourth. Kirtley, Grove, Dubois, everybody comes home in a formation finish, but we got a race for ninth between McDade and McFarland. Final corner. McFarland looks to the inside on McDade. At the line, photo finish, no. McDade, 9th, 10th. McFarland, 11th. Daryl Young. Moral of the story for this heat race, or this race in general, don't lose the race before it even starts. Thad Countryman, winner of heat number 1. As second place, Chase Spalding, Matt Lass, Eric Kaplinger, Kirtley, Grove, Dubois, Boland, McDade, McFarland, and Daryl Young. The tables have turned. Brian is furiously clicking his keyboard like I used to. As I think
well, it's not letting me do what I need to do.
Technology is great when it works. As we wait for everyone to jump on grid, I think we are trying to wait and see if we can hold this grid, but we're green for Heat 2. Winicky, Forcade, Ulrich, and Hughes, the first 4 trucks in this grid, down to turn 5 from the land rush. Contact on the merge. Ulrich gets moved out of the way from Forcade. Here comes Hughes in the 60 over the jump, trying to take the third spot. As Winicky hits the embankment, we're 3 wide for the lead with Forcade in the middle. Here's Ulrich in the 8. Hughes and Leckenby top 5 under a blanket through the first corner. Down to 7 for the first time. Ulrich has the run, trying to use Forcade up. Here comes Leckenby. Here comes Robichaux with a block pass. Side by side for the lead over the jump to the final corner to begin the first lap. Forcade sees a gap, goes for it as Ayrton Senna would be proud to begin the first lap. Winicky leads. Battle for second still. Ulrich and Forcade, Robichaux, Hughes, Leckenby with the Liftlander dueling away. Archer, Hankins, Pascucci in the back of the field. Forcade is not giving up this battle for second. Still hanging on the quarter panel when he can, using up Ulrich in the 8. Left him just enough room so he wasn't driving off the side of the road, was Ulrich in the 8 down to Cowboy Corner. Lock up the rears to get the car to rotate. Ulrich uses the pavement. Here comes Robichaux on Hughes. Perfect maneuver for Robichaux, but he couldn't get it fully done as Hughes stays on driver's right. Lifflander got by Leckenby. No movement in the back of the field. Winicky loves this. He's pulling away. It's 3/4 of a second between him and Forcade as we head to turn 6 on this first lap. Ulrich now trying to make sure that Forcade does not run away with this second place. Robichaux and Hughes dueling away. They have been crashing into each other for this entire first lap, and Robichaux trying to make a move for 4th. Lifflander, Leckenby, Archer in the 411. Good run for the Aussie. Gets by Leckenby. They touch. We're side by side over the jump with Hughes and Robichaux. Winicky leads ahead of Forcade and Ulrich, Ryan. It's chaos behind them.
Kieran just threw a huge slider in on Robichaux.
Oh, contact! Over,
there it is.
No. Robichaux doesn't. Lifflander in the middle of the road gets Leckenby involved. What a rejoin for... Okay, Kieran.
3 for 4. 3
I don't
for
like
4.
that rejoin. And Jamison Leckenby's truck demolished the left front. Not moving.
Team fight in the paddock, Josh.
Carter Gosh has gotten back into the session. He had disconnected and reconnected 4 times during that first heat race. He is back going in the 91.
Going to take a replays. I don't think you saw that send heat that Kieran threw on Jake.
I apologize.
We're going to have to run it back super professionally. Yeah, do it back here.
What? He's in a different zip code. What are you doing? I mean, I don't hate it.
I mean, it wasn't too bad of a push. They got side by side, and then they just came together over the jump here, and it spelt disaster for Kieran. Spun for the 3rd out of 4 weeks in this series, and then Leckenby had nowhere to go. And, yeah.
Shout out Joe Pascucci. He's off the lead lap in the 015. He has parked it in the grass to let the field go by. Thank you, sir. Not having a good night, but instead of getting in the way and ruining other people's nights, Cody Winicky sets fastest lap. 4/10 up on Brandon Forcade in the 043. We've got Archer and Robichaux side by side, the Canadian and the Aussie.
Archer trying to make an awesome over-under on Robichaux. Couldn't make it stick. He might try it here again. Not enough pace. Not going to happen.
Easton Hankins, Kieran Lifflander, Carter Gosh, Joe Pascucci, that running order in the back half of the field. 1.8 seconds between Winicky and Forcade at the front of the field. We stay focused on Archer versus Robichaux. This is for the 5th position as we ride on board Archer in the 411. Let's enjoy the sights and sounds of this Pro 4 at Crandon.
Too much. And he got spun around.
Over-rotated in the 411. Winicky leads. Halfway home. Cross flags in heat number 2. Everybody minding their own business. Transitions to racing the track. Forcade sits in second. Easy. You think that you want to hit these mounds like they're curbs, right? You can hit them to an extent. Of course, the trucks are different from my personal driving knowledge, but I remember hitting the embankments in the rally car and doing some vehicular gymnastics after the fact, which I think still applies to these trucks, especially in Cowboy Corner if you hit the bumps wrong. Ulrich 3rd still. Hughes 4th, 5th Robichaux. It's going to be fun in a couple of moments' time when this field converges. And we have all 22 vehicles at the land rush, Brian.
I don't think they're going to have a good time. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, we'll be having a time of our lives. Those guys will be very upset. Last lap for Winicky, 1:16.474 for the man from Arizona. Brandon Forcade in the 043. 1 minute 17.185. Was 7/10 slower that last time around. Ulrich was a further half second down. Devin Hughes a couple tenths away from Ulrich. It'll be super fun to see when the field converges in a couple of moments' time. Here in Lifflander, 1:18.0. Do you think he has suspension damage? Oh, he's missing his fender. He's got to have suspension damage of some sort.
Yeah, he got into it with Jake, spun around in a circle, got hit by Leckenby. I mean, that
He
car's
committed teammate violence.
Yeah, that left front of that truck's it's gotta be pretty messed up. If we can see anything. Left rear looks, eh. Left front looks, eh.
The rest of it looks okay. It's been a weird season in Pro 4. I would even say in CrossCar 2 for Kieran. It's been an interesting one.
We can get all the weird out of the way now and get back into form for the one that matters.
Yeah, for the NASA Rallycross World Championship in September. The 35th edition of the NASA Rallycross World Championship comes back in September, nasasimracing.com. That is going to be so much fun. Schedule should be coming out soon. Keep an eye on the Discord.
It's September 28th for anybody who's listening.
Yeah, well, Brian called me the other day and said, well, here's the dates. I said, okay, let's roll. I'm excited. Also, who's excited is Cody Winicky. He has taken the white flag. We look at Benny Archer still. He gave a really good fight to Jake Robichaux. I don't think it's necessarily over, Brian. Let's look at lap times. 19.0 to a 19.5. So it might be over unless something goes wrong.
It might be over, yeah.
Winicky by 4.5 seconds over Forcade, Ulrich, Hughes, and Kieran Lifflander, despite the damage, is nearly 2 seconds faster than Benny Archer in the 411. I stand corrected. I don't think there's suspension damage on the 20. Here, I'm tossing lies and slander out, Brian. The one guy I'm upset for is Jamison Leckenby, especially getting crashed by your team owner. That's the worst of them all. He sits in the pit lane and he wasn't able to take part, and that's just every lap you have is track time, and he's losing valuable track time. But a guy that's not losing valuable track time, Mr. Sawyer, is this guy, Cody Winicky. He will round the final corner, and he'll win our second heat race, outside pole for the 9 in Crandon. For Caden Ulrich, second and third. Hughes, Robichaux, Archer. Lifflander's not done, though, with Archer. If we could take a look at this over the final jump. Lifflander into the final corner on the outside. Can he make it work? He turned into Archer. Archer defends. Checkered flag for these guys for 6th, and Archer holds off Lifflander. 8th, Hankins. 9th, Gosh. 10th, Pascucci. And 11th, Jamison Leckie.
There we go. Fix the problem from last time. Heat 2 results: Cody Winicky, Brandon Forcade, Joel Ehrlich, Devin Hughes, Jake Robichaux, Benjamin Archer, Kieran Lifflander, Easton Hankins, Carter Gosh, Joe Pascucci, and Jamison Leckenby. Josh Carter joined this race late, and still not last.
Take us through our grid for the first feature, Brian.
Oh no, a lot of cars. Dad Countryman, Cody Winicky, Chase Spalding, Brandon Forcade, Rooster, Ehrlich, Eric Kaplinger, Devin Hughes, Robbie Kirtley, Jake Robichaux, Matthew Grove, Benny Archer, Eric Dubois, Kieran Lifflander, Kevin Boland, Easton Hankins, Garth McDade, Carter Gosh, Evan McFarland, Joe Pascucci, Daryl Young, and Jamison Leckenby.
The one, well, everybody has to have the I'm in danger meme. But I think the one man who really has the I'm in danger meme is Evan McFarland.
Josh, I made this camera pack today, and I did not account for how wide this field would be.
That's okay, Brian. You tried your best. We get set for the first feature race here in Crandon. Buckle up. Grab your hard hats. Grab your gloves. Grab your glasses. I hope you're CPR and AED trained because you're going to need it on this start. Green flag for the land rush. I don't even know where to begin because we know it's going to be chaos. Winicky and Countryman with Spalding. They're 3 wide. Unbelievably, never mind. There's chaos everywhere. I have no idea even how to call this, Brian. Everybody bouncing all over everyone as we head to the jump for the first time across the road. As 4K nearly rolled it. Eric Dubois exits stage right. Leading is Cody Winicky. He got by Countryman off the start. 3rd is Spalding. 4th is Forcade. McFarland is up to 5th after that land rush. Unbelievable. Kirtley hip checks Ulrich. Lass as well. Grove involved as well. And now, 3 trucks out of it off the rip. McDade, Young, Dubois. 2 cars exiting the pit lane. It was Pascucci and Boland. Into the final corner to begin the first lap. Winicky leads. And sorry,
oh my God,
Josh.
I don't know what just happened in the backfield, but I saw 4 cars in the air. Not quite sure who it is. We'll have to take a look in a minute. Garth McDade got a meatball flag off of it.
Countryman to the inside. I want to take a look at that, but everybody else is not allowing me to. McFarland and 4K nearly came, or they did come together, nearly spun. In turn 3, Countryman has gotten by Spalding in the 39. Will Spalding be able to respond to the 26? Here comes McFarland. Everybody piles into Cowboy Corner, and it's a dead stop once you get there, as Kaplinger and Hughes were caught up on each other. They are both continuing to roll. McFarland gets by Spalding, sets his sights on Countryman. Hankins, McDade, Dubois, all in the pit lane. And we'll take a second look, of course, at that incident a little bit later on. Winicky into turn number 7 to end this first lap. Spalding, does he look to the inside on McFarland? I told you when this field converged, it was going to be phenomenal. Kirtley and Ulrich, no battle yet between them. Fourcade, what happened to him in the 043? He pulls off the road. Did he get a penalty?
No penalty for him. Not quite sure. Just kind of seems like he pulled off. Might have been low power and just said, you know what, maybe next race. Jay Spalding trying to give it back to Evan McFarland, trying to get by a little bit on the outside, maybe sneaking the inside here. But Josh, remember what I told you earlier in the night. The land rush, just kind of the great equalizer. Qualifying doesn't really matter. Your heat position doesn't really matter. You're going to line up in one big line, and Evan McFarland from 20th up to 4th.
Kirtley and Lifflander side by side. They have history here in Crandon, 2024A in the World Championship. When Lifflander and McFarland came together, Kirtley benefited. They touch into the wall. No, he saved it as Devin Hughes got involved as well. He drops a couple places, does the man from Virginia. I'll keep an eye on live pictures, Brian, if you want to take a look at what the hell happened in the final corner on that start.
Sure thing. I'm not quite sure who was involved. So let's just click on Jake Robichaux may have had an incident. Let's see. I think this is it. Just a collection of vehicles all in a circle and all in the air. That looks like it's Jake Robichaux, Easton Hankins. I think it's one of the other Slapex cars. Not sure which one. Carter Gosh involved. Maybe Grove? Unclear. But yeah, that was a big incident. I'm going to take a look at what happened at the beginning too. Kevin Boland right off the rip. Nope, that's him in the pit lane once again. Thank you, iRacing.
Back to live pictures. The running order has not changed. We do have a good battle. We did have a good battle. It's Carter Gosh and Jake Robichaux. This is back in 14th. As Lifflander and Kaplinger for 7th, having a good battle as well. Action all over the racetrack. What I want to take a look at, 16-0 for Winicky, 16-8 for Countryman, 16-2 for McFarland. We'll wait and see, of course, how points unravel. But if I'm Evan, I have to get by Countryman. Winicky's loving this, though. He's got that outside shot for the championship.
Yeah, especially if Evan gets by Countryman. I mean, Cody won his heat, so did that, so they're even there. But if Cody can get this and beat him in the feature, then it's going to be real tight. I can't do math that quick, so we'll just wait till the evening's over. But it's going to be a tall order. I think Thad Countryman's still going to end the evening with this one. Might not get the race win, but probably will still get a championship.
Archer and Boland battling for 11th. Boland trying to make a move. I don't know how that was going to work for Boland in the 49, trying to move the 411 of Archer out of the way. Nothing doing there. Now, we talked about it, and I roasted you earlier on, and it's not to roast you again, I promise. But these guys were planning on running those 8-lap races, and it's been bumped to 10 because of the iRacing mistakes. So hopefully they've remembered to change their setup. But my thought process is when you're used to running 8 laps and then you have to run 2 more, it's an exhausting track here in Crandon, especially in these trucks.
Sure. I don't have
I
some.
think so.
It's a 15-minute race. They'll survive.
You
Most of these drivers run 45-minute races. A 15 won't
Three
kill
wide.
them. 3 wide.
Archer,
oh, boy.
Boland, and Grove. I said that because it's hard. Well, it's hard for me to focus, but that's a medical podcast, not the NASA not the NASA Pro 4 Challenge. So what is the a reverse entry for Boland, and he holds the spot. We also missed. I unfortunately missed Joe Pascucci becoming one with the wall in turn 2, the man from Michigan, back to the pit lane.
Grove's trying to sneak the inside.
Ooh.
Grove, you don't want the inside there. You want the outside, because that will set you up for the inside of the faster corner, turn 1 here. Looks like Carter Gosh trying to make his way into this picture, also all the way in the back. Let's ride on board him a little bit, Josh. Look at the dirt rooster he's getting.
Talk about it every show, and we haven't talked about it yet, Brian, but the reworked dirt on iRacing, you kind of can see from this camera, right? But if you're Carter Gosh, whether you're VR on a single monitor, on triple monitors, whatever it is, you can't see when you're in traffic. All he sees are cars bouncing all over the place, and he can kind of see some color in between all of the dirt that's kicked up.
It's definitely hard when you can't see one of the 3 cars in front
Grove
of you.
to the inside on Boland. Sorry, Brian, they are touching over the jump. They're still locked together. They save it. Archer, Gosh, these 4. This is a hell of a battle for 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th here in NASA. Doesn't matter what position it's for, Brian. It is always a show. Halfway home in feature race number 1. Winnecke's still up front.
I don't like that Grove and Boland are throwing it out super sideways like that. It's fine, but it's not going to be fine if you want to maintain your position. Carter Gosh sneaking the inside of Grove, looking for it on Boland. Might get it next lap if Boland throws it that sideways once again.
Carter Gosh in the 91.
Josh, we're going to go look at Joel Ehrlich and Matt Lass. They're catching each other, and they're coming up the Cowboy here.
Turn 5. Multiple lines, as we've talked about. You can run all the way inside. You can utilize all of the embankment. We've got Brandon Forcade back, so I think maybe it was a connection issue. He dropped and rejoined 3-4 times in the last couple minutes. So he should be back for that second feature race. But what's unfortunate for him is he's going to start last. But it's also not unfortunate because, like you said, Evan started 20th, and he's in 4th.
I don't know, Josh. Easton Hankins and Eric Dubois are fully out of this race also, so he won't be last.
Everybody will race that second feature. Less than 24 cars this evening. Leckenby 17th. Nearly got speared by Garth McDade, his teammate at Cowboy Corner. We stay focused on Boland and Gosh.
Let's see if Boland throws it super sideways again. If he does, I think Gosh is just going to worm his way right through. Boland goes wide, and Gosh makes it.
And Boland,
there it is.
Boland won't even have to run off the corner. You don't want to go that deep into the corner to get the bite off there.
No, yeah, him and Grove are throwing it. They're throwing the rear end almost fully around, and you like the cross
Sorry, Brian.
cars.
Lass and Ulrich for 5th, side by side. Ulrich has the spot. Continue your point, unless they're going to make me lose my mind, nearly crashing into each other into Cowboy Corner. Ulrich inside.
These trucks are all-wheel drive. They're a little more like the cross car, where you want to keep the rear end behind the front end. I mean, they're not two-wheel drive like the cross car, but same concept applies. You want not a lot of slide. You just kind of want to keep the truck moving. The name of the game.
Was a tenth slower than Countryman and Winnecke. Countryman was 0.01 faster than Winnecke. This race is not over. Catching is one thing, passing is another.
Goodbye, Joel Ehrlich off to the pit lane. Not sure why, but that gives the position squarely to Matt Lass. Eric Kaplinger trying to make it happen on Kieran Lifflander.
Leckenby exits the pits in front of Lifflander. Something had gone wrong for the 29. Lifflander trying to catch Lass for 5th. 3 laps to go up front. Countryman was 0.3 slower than Evan. Evan was quicker than the top 2. So the man in 3rd, fastest of all on the track at the moment. Phenomenal to watch the ebbing and flowing through this race.
Josh, I like the bigger field with the Joel Ehrlich out of the pits, losing the spot to Darrell Young, but there's always something to watch here.
Always something.
We're going back to this battle for 5th. Lass, Lifflander, and Kaplinger. Devin Hughes a little bit in the picture.
Spalding running his own race in the 4th position, just updating everyone there.
Evan McFarland has caught up to Thad Countryman, reduced it to about 4/10. Not sure what happened to Thad this time around.
Evan's quicker. Evan's quicker into turn number 7.
3/10 last time, but we'll see what the difference is this time.
Winicky, Countryman, McFarland, top 3 at the moment. 2 laps to go for the first feature race. We score points in this first feature race for the top 10. Every point matters. McFarland, 16.4.
Yep,
Countryman ran a 16.7, 16.6 for Winicky. McFarland, again, fastest of the 3.
Yeah, 3/10 faster than Thad Countryman. Last 2 times around, he's only got 4/10 between them. Keeping that pace, he should be able to make something happen. But in racing, just being a little faster, you need to have the pace to make the pass too, Josh. Not sure if 3/10 is going to do it.
Like we always say, catching is one thing, passing is another, especially on circuits like this. Opportunistic moves are your friend. We'll have to see. A couple car lengths between them. Because unless something goes wrong, Winicky has this. Bad bounce potentially for Countryman. McFarland all over the rear of the 26. Will we get a send into turn 7? The gap is a car length. It's a 1/4 of a second. Into 7. Bit of a nudge. McFarland tries to move him. Countryman tries to park it on the apex. We take the white flag for the first feature race here in Crandon. Winicky still leads. McFarland to the inside. Countryman left the door open. Countryman closes the door! On to Evan.
Evan's not coming back from that one. It's 6/10 now, 1 lap. That's going to be Countryman P2 unless something happens to him. I think Evan might have been testing a move for the final lap to see if he could snake it by and just was going to back out there.
I have to interrupt you because I know it's not NASA Rallycross, but we had a race in Spain. It was a couple seasons ago when McFarland, last, made his way up to win the race in a lap. Anything can happen over this last lap. We've seen crazier things happen. Lass and Lifflander also, Brian, battling for 5th. Lifflander to the inside on Lass. They're side-by-side exiting Cowboy. Lass closes the door. Not missing anything through the field. Winicky still leads. I think Evan will have this one last chance. We still stay focused on Lass and Lifflander. 2nd and 3rd are in turn 7. McFarland tries to send it. He's close. He's got 1 corner left as Winicky has led from the start, stole the lead off the start, and will win the first feature. McFarland nudges Countryman once, twice, couldn't get it. Countryman 2nd, 3rd McFarland. Spalding 4th, battle for 5th with Lass and Lifflander. These two haven't gone away. Lifflander to the inside, uses up the 198. Side by side of the line, Lifflander takes the spot ahead of Lass. Kaplinger, Hughes, Leckenby off the lead lap. Kirtley and Gosh the top 10. As everyone files in to end this first feature race. That had a little bit of everything, Brian.
Yeah, Josh, we're going to have to do this all over again.
Okay, we're going to have a bit of a break in a couple of moments. We'll step aside and we'll catch our breath, meaning me. And we'll have a great second feature race. As Ulrich crosses the line for 14th. He pitted and he still got 14th.
Yeah.
Not a bad run. Darrell Young 15th. Garth McDade in 18th. Take us through the results.
Cody Winicky wins the first of 2 features, followed by Thad Countryman, Evan McFarland, Chase Spalding, Kieran Lifflander, Matt Lass, Eric Kaplinger, Devin Hughes, Robbie Kirtley, Carter Gosh, Kevin Boland, Matt Grove, Jake. Oh boy. I didn't read it fast enough, Josh.
That's okay. We're going to step aside for a couple minutes. So inside baseball before we leave, when it kicks the session forward, it breaks all the graphics, so Brian doesn't read fast enough.
Hey, listen, I got it pausing so it doesn't just go away, but now I got to read faster.
I'm so proud of you. We're going to step aside, catch our breath. On the other side of the break, we crown a champion in Crandon.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McLaughlin contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside. Magnus gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Magnus will hold his spot.
The NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV is brought to you by Whiplash Sim Camps. And if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to ASN TV, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. And if you'd like your content broadcast, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. If you would like to race in the insanity that is NASA sim racing, no matter the discipline, no matter the car, you can join us at nasasimracing.com. And one final reminder in this little ad break that NASA and ASN TV will be on location for the second annual Sim Gaming Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois, this September 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets and all other information at simgamingexpo.com. As we welcome you back to Crandon in Wisconsin, with Brian Sawyer in the production truck and next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz for ASN TV. We are getting set to crown a champion. For anybody who is a fan of anybody other than Thad Countryman, there has to be some shenanigans to happen to Mr. Countryman for him to lose the championship. Rough estimations on numbers. He's even further ahead than he was on McFarland, and it doesn't matter where Cody Winicky could mop the floor again, Brian, but Thad Countryman just has been so consistent through this season so far. Brian's eating. I have to fill time.
I went to hospitality and I got a patty melt.
Wow, we can pay for hospitality now? Did we get more money that I didn't know about?
Maybe.
Give me programming notes while you stuff your face, and I'll take us through.
I got
it.
All
right, Brian, you got it.
All right. Coming up this Thursday, the Sim Car Grand Am Series returns. We're going to Road America. We're staying in Wisconsin, Josh. Look at that. They're so nice to us. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be you and me. This Sunday, we're going to Brands Hatch for Sunday Night Lights. That's going to be Josh Darnell and myself at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then next Tuesday, Cross Car Masters finishes up its season in Atlanta. That's going to be a great race. Be sure to be there at also 9 p.m. Everything's at 9. It's wonderful.
No more mistyped in 10 o'clock. I would not have done that one. Thanks, everyone, for joining us and hanging out live or on ASN On Demand. I just refreshed it live. 18 of us hanging out and watching. Be sure to stick around because we're about to go green for this second feature race, and this is going to be chaos. We'll have a little bit of a post-race show, and then we will go from there. Brian, don't worry about you reading the grid. I'll take us through it really quick. Winnicky, Countryman, McFarland, Spalding, Lifflander, Rooster, Kaplinger, Hughes, Kirtley, Gosh, the top 10. Kevin Boland, Matty Grove, Robichaux, who's not here in the server, I don't think. Ulrich, Young, Leckenby, Archer, McDade, Pascucci, Hankins, 4K, Dubois, and we've lost Eric Kaplinger as well. It's been a fun 8 weeks for these 4 races for the NASA Pro 4 Challenge. We will crown an inaugural champion at the end of these 10 laps. It's all a matter of who survives the start, who survives lap 1, and who survives racing the track over the next 10 laps. 22 trucks, 10 laps, 1 chaotic start. Thank you so much for joining us, whether it was all season, live, or on demand. We get set for the final land rush of the evening in Crandon. And I'm not ready. Nope, not ready. Brian, Ulrich jumps the start. Brian's got a snack, and we go green in Crandon. Off the line. Monstrosity, 5 wide, maybe 6, maybe 7. Does everyone get away cleanly onto the dirt? Absolutely not. But unbelievably, does anybody spin? No, we're 5 wide. Now we do 1 sideways, nearly over. Into the wall goes last, into the gantry. It was Kirtley in the 024 who's around. Up front, really quick. Winnicky leads again, ahead of Countryman, ahead of McFarland, and Spalding has had an incredible race tonight, has the 39. Lifflander in the 20 and 5th. 4K to the inside of Gosh. Here comes Hughes with Boland and McDade, with Leckenby and Dubois. 3 wide with Young, Archer, and Grove as they touch over the jump, and both of them save it. With Pascucci in the 015. Ulrich back going. Kirtley, Hankins, Lass, all in the pit lane as we begin the first lap. 1 around in the turn in the final corner, along with Boland. It's 4K in the 043. Apologies that I missed that. What had happened to him? Oh, he sent it in on Carter Gosh and Lifflander and Spalding. He just accordioned, and around he went. Winnicky leads Countryman, leads McFarland, leads Spalding, leads Lifflander for the top 5. Gosh from 9th to 6th. Hughes in 7th. McDade to the inside of his teammate Leckenby. Here comes Archer. Archer couldn't make it happen in Cowboy Corner against Dubois. Winnicky leads over Logger's Jump. Pitching the truck sideways to make turn 6. McFarland nudges the 26 of Countryman, and beating Countryman will not give him the championship. He has to beat Countryman and hope Countryman has an issue in the 26. That can just mind his own business, Brian, and win this championship. The chaos has calmed down for the moment throughout the field. I think we're getting East and Hankins back. I saw the crew jacking up the truck in the pit lane. At the end of the first lap, though, Cody Winnicky out front.
Currently looking at Carter Gosh, Devin Hughes. Carter Gosh trying to sneak the inside to Devin Hughes. Looks like he's going to make it stick unless Devin can get the inside on turn 1. Not gonna happen. Maybe. No. Gosh is going to hold on to P6. Go back up front to Evan McFarland. No, he's looking to make a move here in Cowboy. He's 2 tenths behind Countryman. Countryman right behind Winnicky also, so maybe 2 sets of moves.
Battle for the podium heating up after a lap and a half. Winnicky still holds it ahead of Countryman, ahead of McFarland. Be sure to join the conversation. Cheer on whoever you're cheering on. Let's have a good race tonight. McDade and Leckenby side by side. KLR teammates with Dubois. Watching these two, we've lost Robbie Kirtley. He is disconnected from the session. Archer ahead of Grove. To the inside went Leckenby, now to be the outside on McDade. Here comes Dubois. They're 3 wide over the jump. They hit. Nobody lands on each other. Everybody stays together. And that is the epitome of NASA sim racing, Brian. Chaos, and then you keep driving.
I think Grove's trying to make a really capitalistic move off of this. Sneaking by 2 of them so far. Leckenby and Archer, and I think he might be able to make it happen on Dubois by the end of this lap. I think 3 positions within 2 corners for Matt Grove is in the books here. Is
Brian,
he going to make it happen?
Countryman pressuring Winnicky at the front of this field. This is the closest the gap has been all night. McFarland the inside on Countryman, nothing doing. Countryman has a run on Winnicky. Looking drivers left. Oh, these two are going to come together in Cowboy Corner. McFarland's going to love this. Pick your braking spot. McFarland, reverse entry for the former NASA World Champion. Does he go to the lead? He does, but Winicky takes the spot back. I told you, multiple lines through this. What a move for the top three. It is getting spicy at the sharp end of the field.
I know, Josh, we got to watch that pass from Evan McFarland back. He read it very early and just said, I'm throwing this in super early. You just
Incredible
watch.
move.
Watch
I said
when the camera
former.
changes. He goes, goodbye. I'm sideways way before you guys, and now
what a
I'm here.
move. I said former NASA World Champion. He's the reigning NASA World Champion. I'm sorry, Evan. It's hard to keep track. I'm old now. I can't remember anything. Countryman to the inside on McFarland in turn 7 for second.
That should know, though, if he's trying to make a move on Winicky, it's going to open the door for whoever's right behind him, especially when Evan's right there. You slow yourself down making the move.
Number 3, 17.2 for Winicky, 1 minute 17.2. To a 16.7 to a 17.6. So Evan was quicker than these two. So here's the thing. He used that lap as a test bed, in my opinion. He'll be able to make the move. I want to focus on everybody else, Brian, but McFarland looking to the inside on Winicky. Teammates. For Channel 199, you'd race your teammate a little bit cleaner, right? McFarland to the inside, Countryman to the inside. McFarland takes the spot. Winicky, unbelievable move, slicing to the left. He lost the lead, but stays in second. McFarland to the lead. This is what he needs. Now, does Winicky play rear gunner for his teammate is the question. I don't think so.
We'll see next time around, Josh, but it looks like Cowboy's just a spot to switch positions right now.
Not even a car length, half a car length between those two teammates at the sharp end of the field. Spalding trying his hardest in fourth, but he's riding the wall ahead of his team owner here in Lifflander into turn 7. McFarland holds the outside, keeps Winicky at bay. If you can keep your competitor from going further off into really diamonding the corner, it prevents them from having that run off and maintain the position. We begin lap 5. Winicky second, McFarland leads, Countryman, Spalding, Lifflander battling for fourth. Through the field, Brian, it has calmed down. In the pit lane, Pascucci last, Hankins 4K'd. We've got Kirtley, Robichaux, Kaplinger off the track.
You're exactly right about that last turn, though. You definitely want to diamond it. Tom Grady taught me how to do that once. He said, dude, get off the wall.
To second. Sorry, Brian. Into Cowboy. Does Winicky? No! Winicky into the asphalt, into the wall! Goes the 9. And Tom Grady knows how to drive these cars and these tracks. Good teacher.
Yeah, he's like, get off the wall, Brian. Don't ride the inside super tight. Want to diamond and pivot the car about midway through the turn.
So McFarland might not be able to win the title, but he certainly wants to win the race to show his rival Countryman that he knows how to drive. But as I say that, into the wall goes McFarland. He keeps rolling. Spalding holding fourth. Impressive. We saw Chase Spalding make his debut earlier this year in the wintertime in the Cross Car Challenge, and he won on debut or finished second on debut. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, he finished second in the Cross Car on debut. I was really excited because I don't think you were there. It's just, I think it was me by myself. I don't know.
I was talking about the first ever Cross Car race, but I definitely wasn't.
First ever cross
I wasn't
car
there
race,
for
okay.
Charlotte, so you did a good job on that.
I think somebody in Charlotte might have won on debut.
Carter Gosh.
They all
Carter
blend
Gosh won his
together at
first
some
race.
point.
I do know that Carter Gosh won.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you do know they all blend together at some point.
Yeah, they blend together and then they don't. It's a weird one. McFarland leading as we take halfway, cross flags. 116.6 to a 116.8 to a 117.8. Countryman holding the championship comfortably behind McFarland. Spalding holding fourth. Gosh in sixth. Hughes seventh. Ulrich is off the lead lap in the 8. McDade in 8th for the 111. And we look from Matty Grove, former series champion across multiple NASA series, the man from Pennsylvania, Riley Lane Shelby, watching dad and hubby try and take the fight to Garth McDade from Idaho. Side by side, Slapex Racing versus Kieran Lifflander Racing. He had to correct mid-corner. They don't touch. Unbelievable stuff, Brian. Unbelievable stuff.
Eric Dubois in the back there getting a huge bounce off the landing. Not exactly what he wants, but Grove is really sticking that. Might be able to make it happen here.
We've lost
in
Benny
the gravel
Archer
pit.
in the 411. Into the gravel pit goes Grove and McDade Phenomenal racing for 8th. They touch over the jump. McDade still stays on the road, taps the wall, tries to use the cushion, will lose the spot to Dubois. Here comes Daryl Young, his teammate. 3 do not fit, and Dubois takes the spot.
Yeah, that last wall, if you're going to hit anyone, that's the one you definitely don't want to hit. Kind of sticks you to the outside there, and you definitely need a lot more of the inside to keep your pace. That outside will eat you alive and allow somebody to pass.
Yeah, while you're following along with us on ASN Live, we do have the live timing if you want to follow your favorite driver sector times and lap times through this last half of this race. So much action despite missing. Let's see how many vehicles we're missing. We've got 6 cars off, actually 8 if you count those. It's still a chaotic race though. 4 in the pit lane, a couple of them off the road. McFarland still leads. We come to 3 laps to go. Spalding still holding off Kieran. I'm still so impressed with the 39.
Yeah,
this battle mid-pack,
is
Ryan.
really spread out. Yeah, the mid-pack for 8th on back is the best thing we got going right now. Drove about a second ahead of these 4.
Robbie Kirtley joins in chat. We went 5 wide in turn 1, and he died.
Yeah,
Listen,
did.
Robbie, the Crandon gods give and the Crandon gods take away. You won a race when the kids came together, and your luck ran out, Crandon, the god said.
I think Eric Dubois is going to be in a little bit of trouble here in a minute, Josh. He is, well, the last lap around they were all slower than him, but all 3 KLR cars have historically been quicker than Dubois for the past few laps. He just happened to get by on a little mistake from one of them. And I think they're all going to reconvene pretty soon here.
It's Lifflander trying to push and catch Chase Spalding. Gosh in 6th, 7th.
Spalding into the wall.
So is Lifflander, both into the wall in the 20 and the 39. We're coming to 2 laps to go, not missing anything up front. Thad Countryman still sitting in championship position. Evan McFarland sitting in the race lead. As a racing driver, at least I always think, and maybe it's not a good habit to have, but I always think when I'm coming short in a championship battle, what could I have done differently? Championships are won on the bad days. And that first round, that first night in Wheatland, when Evan crashed with Thad in the first race and got stuck in traffic, contact between the teammates.
Lycanby and McDade side by side to hit each other. Lycanby gets the worst end of it, falls about 2 seconds off of McDade.
We know Evan McFarland. He's been around NASA for quite some time now. 5-time Rallycross champion. He knows how to lose championships. He knows how to win championships. And I would like to assume, Brian, that Evan's going to study what he did wrong to change everything for the next time that NASA does the Pro 4 trucks.
I think so, Josh. He does not just this series. He does a whole lot of truck series. So I think he'll definitely be able to figure out what's happening.
Lifflander, we were out on board the 20. Chasing down Spalding. Spalding 4/10 up on Lifflander. We come to the white flag. Evan McFarland leading. Has led since that incredible pass in Cowboy Corner. Countryman in 2nd. Winicky in 3rd. Spalding 4th. That running order has not changed. The battle down the order has fizzled out as well as everyone manages their car, manages the track, and tries not to throw it off the road on this last half a lap. If it could get any closer, as Evan McFarland ran a 1:16.705, the Countryman 1:16.792. I'm excited to see these two. I'm so excited for these trucks, Brian. I want to run a season right now. No, that's not an official announcement. But I want to run a series of these right now, Brian. It's so much fun.
Yeah, this will be Evan's only win this season.
That's shocking. If you told me, if I wasn't staring at the stats, I wouldn't believe it. Countryman, a couple of wins. Winicky, 1 as well. Final couple of corners for Evan McFarland in the 04 over the jump. It won't be the championship, but he will at least get a race win as McFarland wins the final feature in Crandon, the inaugural NASA Pro 4 Challenge champion, Thad Countryman, in the 26 after an incredible run. Teammates battle, Brian. Can Spalding hold off Lifflander as Winicky comes home third? Yes. Spalding fourth, Lifflander fifth. And everybody else coming across the line to end this final feature race of the season.
Carter Gosh coming back looking like he was been through war. Devin Hughes, Matthew Grove, Dubois, Young, McDade the next three through. Followed by Leckenby. Oh, that was a close one on the line there. Leckenby actually got Dubois at the end. Or no, sorry, Leckenby lost out to McDade.
McDade and Boland in 13th and last. As the car's off the track, Ulrich Archer, well, take us through the full results.
Evan McFarland, our winner this evening, followed by Thad Countryman, Cody Wienecke, Chase Spalding, Kieran Lifflander, Carter Gosh, Devin Hughes, Matthew Grove, Eric Dubois, Daryl Young, Garth McDade, Jamison Leckenby, Kevin Boland, Joel Ehrlich, Benjamin Archer, Brandon Forcade, Matt Lass, Robbie Kirtley, Joe Pascucci, and Easton Hankins.
So before everyone runs away and vanishes, thanks again so much for hanging out and watching. Inside Baseball, I guess, question, Brian. We're going to do this live. iRacing will populate your points automatically, or are you going to need some time?
I'm going to need about 15, 20 seconds once I pull up.
Give me programming notes, so that'll populate.
Sure thing.
I'll take us through those. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, we'll go over the full promo ad reads a little bit later. But our next stream will be SimCar Grand Am is back at Road America, Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin. That is Thursday the 30th at 9 o'clock Eastern. NASA Rallycross Sunday Night Lights at Brands Hatch, 9 o'clock Eastern as well on Sunday the 2nd. You'll have Josh Darnell, Brian Sawyer for that. Thursday will be myself and Brian. NASA Cross Car Masters will end their championship at Atlanta next Tuesday, 9 o'clock. And then NASA Rallycross, September 28th. But I didn't say that, okay? You were hearing things. Just want to remind everyone, of course, NASA Rallycross, we've got Cross Car, we've got the Stage Rally with the WRC game that just relaunched. That season launched yesterday, courtesy of Dylan Thomas taking that over, so thank you for that, my friend. NASASimRacing.com is the place to join us for whether it's NASA, whether it's SimCar. Bring us some ideas. It does not matter. 750 people in that Discord. It has been such a phenomenal community over the last 14 years. Interrupt me whenever, Brian, or otherwise I'll just keep yapping until we get those points up.
Josh, we should be good to go. I have them. We'll see if it pulled through to the other side. So, exiting this championship, Thad Countryman, 310 points. Evan McFarland, 288. Cody Wienecke beats Matthew Lindy. So does Chase Spalding. They're both up one position, 276 and 265. Matthew Lindy, P5. Kieran Lifflander, Joel Ehrlich, Matt Lass, Brandon Forcade, Daryl Young, top 10. Going over to the second, I don't know what they're called, 11 through 20. I'm making up words.
Words are hard.
Garth McDade, Adam McAfee not here this evening, down 3. Matt Grove here this evening, up 3. Robbie Kirtley, down 1. Carter Gosh, up 5. Good showing this tonight. Benjamin Archer, Jamison Leckenby, Eric Kaplinger, Devin Hughes, Jake Robichaux, Connor Barry, Easton Hankins, Kevin Boland, Klaus Kreutzer, Eric Dubois, Alexander Funk, Joey Herbie, Michael Boyd, Kevin Garcia, Dylan Thomas, Joe Pascucci, Chris Lunan. 32 cars raced with us this season, Josh.
I just want to say again, and I said it at the beginning, for a series that was spun up in under a week, to have over 30 people run one race for a random 4 race out of 8 weeks season, incredible. Phenomenal stuff. And we're going to transition, Brian. Give me a final thought, and I will do all my ad reads and button it up, because it is 9:30, and I need to go to bed because I'm an old man.
Josh is EP, everybody. Yeah, Crandon was a great race. Land rush, not as bad as it could have been. We actually made it through Potawatomi, I think, every single time, and only got into issues over at Lager. So, good job, everyone. That should give yourself a pat on the back for that. Great racing throughout the field, especially in the LCQ in feature. So, I'm willing to do this again. It was a lot of fun.
Pro Force, super fun. It doesn't matter the track. The Land Rush, I agree with you, less chaos than I expected. I was expecting every single car barrel rolling and death rolling through the dirt. It was not. It was a little bit of everything. Those moves on McFarlane, they're going to end up in some form of ASN promo for something. Because not just McFarlane, but those top three that was a show and a half. Just want to remind everyone, the NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV, brought to you all season by Whiplash Sim Cams. Bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you to Andrew Cardinale IV for camera support all season. As mentioned earlier, if you like what you have seen tonight, be sure to subscribe to ASN TV, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. And if you'd like your content broadcasted, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. If you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone in 2026, no matter the car, no matter the discipline, at NASASimRacing.com. One final reminder, words are hard tonight. The North American Simulated Auto Racing and ASN TV will be on location for the second annual Sim Gaming Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois, this September 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets and all other information at simgamingexpo.com. As the checkered flag falls on the season for the NASA Pro 4 Challenge. On behalf of our entire production staff, my name is Josh Mertz. Thank you for joining us for tonight's coverage of the NASA Pro 4 Challenge as we congratulate our race winners Cody Winicky and Evan McFarlane and our champion, Thad Countryman. Be sure to join us on Sunday for Sunday Night Lights from Brands Hatch. Until then, so long everyone.